We're here with Western Michigan head coach Bill Cubit here at Media Day. Coach, talk about this year, this upcoming year, and how you have approached this season versus previous years as head coach.
Well, really, it's no different. I mean, you want to go out there and you want to win every football game. And people talk about pressure and stuff. There's pressure getting up in the morning every time that we go out to work there. So, I think what we did was we evaluated last year and, where we could have been. There was 3 games that we lost in the conference there, and they all went down to basically the wire. And we didn't get those in the 5 games we won pretty decisively. So we just got to fix what we did wrong in those other places. And then it all comes down to turnovers and making plays on defense at opportune times.
Opening up this year, going against Michigan, first game of the season, how do you approach this game? A whole new coaching staff, and then not only that, but their quarterback, Denard Robinson, a lot of defenses had trouble stopping him last year.
Yeah, it's really difficult because their offensive mindset of coming in with Coach Borges is really not, the spread type. He's more of a West Coast type guy, and Denard is a guy that really scares the heck out of you being an open set. So I'm sure they'll have a combination of both, though I know they're going to be physical. And in defense, we've got the same issue because Coach Madden did not come from San Diego State, came from the NFL, and that's a little bit different game out there. But you're going to have to look at some blitz packages that he has out there. But I think what we're going to do is just basically let's just do what we do best, and let's get us good. So when we go out there, we can adjust. I think we got a quarterback that understands where pressure packages have come from, and hopefully hit some right so we can be able to get rid of the football.
Last year, you kind of had Alex Carter kind of train him by putting him in the fire a little bit. How does last season help him progress this season?
Yeah, I really think it's a tale of 2 seasons. I think that Michigan State, I thought he played pretty well. He missed some things out there. He gave some opportunities that we had that would put him more experience he probably could have taken advantage of. And then I think Toledo in the Idaho game, he didn't play real well. Turned the ball over too much, especially in the Toledo game. And you're still in there. We lost by 13. It was within 7 points late in the game. So even with 6 turnovers, and we look at the Central Michigan game, I thought he played fairly well, but we turned the ball over on that one drive going in for the late touchdown. So, but when you look at the last 7 games, he may be one of the most productive guys in the country. What he did with its 24 touchdown passes. So I think he's learned a lot. I think he understands what he needs to do to take care of the ball and be effective in moving the offense. Our run game got better. Of course, it was a little bit different competition at the end, but at the same time, we're a little bit more efficient at it, and we probably need a little more patient in the run game. But sometimes it's pretty hard, especially when you throw it like we do.
You were talking about the running game there, and last year it was probably the biggest struggle that you had on offense. This year you have basically a 5-headed horseman, behind there. You can pick whichever running back you want. Would you like to see one person kind of break out and take that starting role, or do you like having the option of having 5 different running backs that you can put in there in different situations?
Yeah, I think it helps because I think you can use the talents of a lot of these different guys, and everyone brings a little bit different. Something different to the table. I think we look at Darian Chance. Every time we got him the ball, he made something happen. So we got to get the ball to him a little bit more. And Antoine Scriven, who when he went out, that really hurt us. He was a guy that does a lot of different things for us. He's a short yardage back. He was the T for us to go out there and block, catch passes out there in the flat. So we got him back there. Tevin Drake played really well. I had a little problem with pass protection, but that's normal for a freshman. Every freshman has an issue there. You just got to make sure we develop him there. Aaron Winchester, of course, got hurt. We'll see where he's at health-wise. And, of course, Brian Fields, he does a little bit of everything there. So I kind of like having all those guys that we can use them, keep them fresh, and I think they can go out there and do a lot of different things for us. If you only have one guy, you get a little limited, and they get a little bit of flow, but you get a little limited in the expectations that you have for each one of those.
You had a few departures from the offensive line from last year. You kind of moved people around. Have you came up with a lineup offensive line-wise that you're happy with yet?
Yeah, I think we saw right tackle. I think Danny O'Neill will be one of the top offensive linemen in the conference. Right now we got Terry Davidson playing the right guard, who will also go out there and play tackle. Also can play center. Kevin Gallagher can be center, play guard. Left tackle we got Anthony Parker, left guard, that he can go out to play tackle. I think the big key position right now is the left tackle. I think Ray Peterson had a pretty good spring, got better every single day. Got Tim Mockin coming in. We can always move Anthony Parker out if we think one of the young kids or one of the JC guys can play guard. We're looking for 8, 3 tackles, 3 guards, 2 centers, and we need 3 guys to really come through, which is not that big of a deal, especially the type of talented kids we have coming in.
Getting back to the schedule this season, Central is now at the beginning of the year versus whereas towards the end of the year. Talk about how you approach that game now, whereas before you could be playing Central for a bowl berth, for a division title, but now it's one of the first games of the season. How do you approach that game differently than you have in previous years?
Well, exactly. It's early, so I think off season you put more emphasis into it. Spring bowl we put a lot more emphasis into it because we got Michigan in the first game, and then we got the 1AA Nickel State, which we won. You never want past those games, and then you got Central. So we had an opportunity to work on a little bit more. I think during the preseason we'll work on it a little bit more than we normally do because it's early in the season, and it should be a great day. It should be weather-wise, unless it rains, it's going to be it's not going to be cold. It's not going to be we hope not windy. It'll be a great day out there. Both teams should be feeling pretty good about themselves, and if we're not packing that place for that game there, somebody's doing something wrong.
Last season, won 2 final games, won them pretty convincingly. Talk about it. Are you able to use that as momentum for this season, or is this whole new season, whole new way of approaching the year?
I think it's a way to show guys how you can win games with a pretty good margin when you do the little things. Our plus ratio and turnover ratio was outstanding in those games there. When we weren't throwing interceptions, we were moving the football. We didn't have to punt much. When we got in the red zone, we scored touchdowns. We did a lot of good things. So you show the guys exactly, and really Bowling Green early in the year they were playing some pretty good football against some pretty good teams. So we just got to do the little things, and then we show them the bad side too. That's what you do in the Idaho games. If you didn't turn the football over, you're in it. In the 3 games we lost, really, it's a play here and a play there. Otherwise, you could be 8-0 in the MAC rather than 5-3.
Talk about this season. The final 3 games, or none of them are on Saturdays. You have a Tuesday game, a Wednesday game, and a Friday night game, all on the ESPN family of networks. Talk about the publicity and that the Western gets from playing these games on ESPN, and how do you feel about having games on the Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays versus the traditional Saturday afternoon games?
Well, I'm a big believer. Whenever they schedule them, that's positive. And so it gives us an opportunity to go out to get some national exposure, go out there and play some pretty good teams. And we have 7 road games this year, and 6 of them are going to be against bowl teams. And 2 of those games at the end will be against Toledo and Miami, two great football teams, 2 of the better teams in the conference last year. And then we got the home matchup against Akron. We'll finish up the year, and hopefully when that time occurs, we'll get ready for the next week.
Speaking of those away games that you just spoke of, you guys got a lot of distances in between some of your games, the Connecticut's, Michigan, not so much. How do you prepare the guys, especially the young guys, for those long trips?
Yeah, it's interesting. This will be our first flight going out there in 3 years. And, the philosophy around here for us for football is really play teams that are close by, so we can save the athletic department some money, help out the budget. And so we've been playing the Illinois, the Michigan States, the Iowas, people that we can get to fairly easy. Notre Dame. This will be the first one, so that's going to be a little bit of experience going out there because some of these guys have never been on the plane ride with 3 classes. So it's a little bit different, but you got to approach the game in the same way as if you're playing at home. It's a certain way to do things. It's just a hotel room. Really, it's a big difference. We talk about
it was announced earlier this year that UMass will be joining the MAC in 2012. Talk about how you feel about the expansion of the MAC, and do you like seeing more teams in the MAC, or would you like to see it stay at at now 14? Would you like to see it stay at 14, or would you like to see it even get up to maybe 16 teams?
Yeah, well, that's out of my power, so I don't even bother worrying about it. So, give me the schedule and let's figure out what we're going to do with that. I think the big thing is hopefully it'll give us some more bowl opportunities so some of our teams that are playing some pretty good football to be able to get back into bowl games.
It was announced that Jordan White will be coming back for his 6th year of eligibility. How does he help you teach the younger guys how to do the right things?
Yeah, exactly. That's the biggest thing. He's a leader out there right now. He's going to be working with a lot of the young kids that are coming in there. And, you know, one coach can get a lot of guys out there, but when you have your multiple seniors are out there and you're working hard to get the younger guys to understand, that gives you, 10, 12, 14 more coaches out there. And Jordan is taking his role pretty seriously. He's an outstanding leader, and he's getting a lot of the young guys, which we got to get ready. Because when Jordan goes, so does Robert Arnheim, and so does Caleb Ravenall. We lose those guys, so we need guys to step in and be great players just like Jordan is.
So not official yet, but we kind of heard a rumor that Juan Nunez signed with the Cleveland Browns today. Talk about how excited you are for him to get an opportunity in the NFL.
Well, we've been talking a lot, and it's really hard on him because of the slot. I think it's probably harder on the young guys going in, the rookies that are coming in there. Deserves a chance, goes out there, and I know he's been working really hard down there in Houston. Feels pretty good about himself. He looks better. He's gotten himself a little bit bigger. He can always run, and he's got an opportunity. That's all we could ever ask for in life.
As we were talking about earlier, you are playing Illinois this year, and the last time you played Illinois here at Ford Field, upset them, and but now this year you're traveling down to Champaign. Can you use any of the footage from that year, or it's just a whole new slate, all new film?
Yeah, it's all new ball game. We got different guys there. A lot of our guys weren't around at that point there. We just got to go out there. We got an opportunity to play a BCS opponent that was in a bowl game last year, and playing a Big Ten team down there. So I'm sure we'll have our fans from our Broncos going down there cheering us on there. We never get intimidated any place we go in. I think it's just another opportunity to go play.
Last season you had arguably one of the best defensive ends in the conference in Paul Hazel. Can you talk a little bit about what he brings to the table?
Yeah, he's got great speed, great desire. He's gotten better in the spring. I know we had some coaches come from other schools, and that was the first question they've always asked: where'd you get that guy? He can run. He's gotten himself more physical, a lot more mature. But he's going to have to be the guy coming off the edge, because if you get two edge rushers with him and Freddie Bishop and Woody LeGrier, and hopefully T.J. Lynch will give us some things off on the side there, and with some of our blitz packages to help him out. But if you don't have a pass rush, then you got to change a whole different scheme in there, and that's not something we want to do.